There you have it. 30,000 employees from Amazon is being laid off. Not to mention UPS has let go thousands and thousands of its employees as well. So the corporation has decided that they need to cut costs. And the only way to do that is to let go of the employees so that it can be replaced by AI. And AI have the capability of doing the employees' jobs. So where does that leave the employees? What are they going to do for funding as far as bringing money home to feed their families, to pay their bills, their mortgages, their car notes, and so forth? What are they going to do? I would tell anybody. Okay, and this just is from me, from my perspective and how I see things. If you have lost your job and you're trying to make it and you just don't know how you're going to make it, I would say start. Start from the beginning. First, get rid of that Prime membership from Amazon, okay? Get rid of Netflix. Get rid of Hulu. Black Friday, there is no Black Friday. Stop spending your money on unnecessary things that you really don't need or your children really don't need, because you know that children nowadays, they have everything. And when I say everything, everything. You know, they have grandparents that will give them everything. So stop spending all this unnecessary money on things that you really don't have to spend your money on. Save your money. Start saving your money. Or if you've already started, keep saving that money, because guess what? The bills pile up really, really fast. They really do. And you know that we're living in a time where things are just uncertain from on a day-to-day basis. You never know what's going to come today or what's going to come tomorrow. So it's always good to be prepared for whatever. Because if we have it here in the United States where our families, the American people, don't have benefits for food or EBT, and people who don't have jobs, they're trying to figure out, hey, what am I going to do? How am I going to feed my family? Especially if they've lost their jobs. And I can understand that if you've lost your job and you're not even certain if you're going to get your food stamps for the month of November. And I can understand that. And I know that there are food banks, food pantries out here who are helping families in a lot of these states. A lot of these states are supplying and helping people with what they need. And I know that they can go to churches, and churches are helping to the best of their ability. But there are certain things that we as American people that we have to do. We have to, when you're in a situation and you done lost your job, first and foremost, you need to start looking for another job. As far as the federal workers, and I really, my heart just bleeds for them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just like you going an entire month without a paycheck, and not really sure when the government is going to open back up, because the government has been shut down ever since October 1st. So, and here it is, tomorrow will be the 31st, the very last day of October, and you're not sure what's going to happen or when the government is going to open back up, or even if it opens back up, and I pray that it does. But you're not sure about a lot of things. And that's when I tell families, seek God's help. Prayer can change things. Everything that I know that I do, everything, I talk to God about it, okay? And that's what I need for you guys to do. First, talk to God and let him lead you, because another job could be right around the corner, okay? And I know it's hard. I know a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people up here, they have put in applications, and I mean dozens and dozens of applications, and they're finding it difficult to find a job. But don't give up. Just don't give up. And I would just, like I was saying, there are things that you can do to help your family. Go to these food banks who's giving out food like once a week for these families, because they're needed. They really need it. And like I said, I personally, like I said, I pray about everything, but I don't know what I would do if we had to go an entire month without a paycheck. I just don't know. I mean, I know I would pray about it. That's not even a shadow of a doubt. We definitely have to stay in prayer. But to see all these people that are standing in line to get food because they don't have a job. They don't have the basic necessities that they need to feed their family. It's heartbreaking. And like I said, the holidays are coming up, and I personally wouldn't even worry about Christmas, Thanksgiving. These are holidays. I know, because these companies let a lot of these employees go right before the holidays. They knew that was just like one of the times where people spend a lot of their money, Thanksgiving, having a good Thanksgiving dinner, or flying somewhere to see their family, or inviting family over and having a big Thanksgiving meal. But this year, it's just going to be totally different. Totally different. And never spend money that you put to the side for your family. Never do that, because that's going to throw you behind. That is something that will throw you behind. And the Christmas holidays, like I said, that's the least I think of anybody worries. They laid people off. And you can believe people will not be spending money to go out of their way like they've done so many years. They're not going to do that. And, they've already started putting these things out, at the Walmarts, Dollar General, all these places. They've already started putting these things out. And that's how they make their money. Even though they know that a lot of people going through, they're putting all those things out, thinking I would be that individual who would just look at it and keep it moving. Because people can't afford it. I'm just trying to figure out, how can people even sleep? How can they even not have a conscience, knowing that so many people have lost their jobs? That does not set well with me. I am one of those people who really care about people, whether our children eat, whether people have a job so that they can survive and have a roof over their heads, or whether someone have clothes on their backs. I am that person that it bothers me to see people struggling like that. It really does. Like I said, you guys, keep prayer in your life, but also cut out a lot of unnecessary spending, things that you don't need. It's not even necessary to be spending that money on something that you don't need. Spend it on something that you know that you need for you and your family. Okay? So with that being said, I hope everyone have an amazing and blessed day. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that thumbs up for me. All right. With that being said, everyone have a blessed and amazing evening and